So I'm on my way to my father's house again. This is one of those, I'm actually going over there for, I'm going to work from his house so I can stay with him while my sister spends a little time with her son since school's out. I'll be doing that again on Friday. But if you know my history over the last couple of years, you know what's going on there. But yeah, I'm here in the car again. Imagine that. Seems like I am able to think and not overthink, if that makes any sense. I can think while I'm driving, but I don't overthink everything to the point where I'm nervous on camera. So maybe this is the way to do it. I'm sure you guys get tired of watching me drive around, especially when it's the same exact drive I made once before. But I just wanted to stop in and just say hello. I'm trying to get used to doing these vlogs, so I'm just gonna keep doing them and just pick and choose what you like. If I don't like what comes out of this, I'll just probably not post it. But I'm using the Osmo 3 again today with a neutral density filter, if anybody cares about that. It's ND16 to try to keep this a little more film-like, I guess. And let's see, I also have it upside down because I'm hanging it from my sunroof, which is kind of different. And it's a little over to the side more than I'd like, but I'm trying something different. Keeps it out of directly in front of me in the window, or in the windshield. And I'm shooting in D-Log-M, so that's not something I've messed with too much, so I will get a chance to actually see about color grading and see how that works out. Maybe on the way back I'll shoot an HLG just to try some high dynamic range, just to see how that looks as well. Of course, it's cloudy today, so the lighting is pretty even, so the high dynamic range might not actually be anything that's a very useful test today, but we'll see. I'm struggling a little bit on trying to figure out the right kind of content. I am going on my vacation, as you might have heard my last vlog this summer, and so I'm hoping to certainly get some footage there from South Carolina and Georgia. That'll be coming later this summer, and I'm planning on trying to shoot that with a lot of it with this Osmo 3, and then I'm also probably going to use the X4 360 camera a lot of the time as well, and then I've got my R5, which is what I use for photography. And the truth is that actually shoots probably the best video, but I'm trying to test some different technologies, also not have to carry around a bunch of heavy stuff, not stick out too much while I'm shooting. And I realize, it's a vacation spot, so that's not going to be a big thing, but I think what I'm going to do is try to shoot with different tools at different days or different situations. I'm not going to carry it all with me. I'll just carry one, or probably two if you count my iPhone 15. Also got a couple of anamorphic lenses for my iPhone that I have not really shot with too much. I've made a couple of quick B-roll footage for a video about, imagine this, peacocks and their eggs and chicks and things like that are happening right now in my neighborhood. We actually have I don't really want to call it a nest, because there were 7 eggs laid right near my front door, and then the peahen only sat on it for a couple of days and then kind of abandoned them. And one of the 7 eggs is actually broken in half, and I'm not sure exactly what happened there. It almost looks like one hatched, but I don't think that's the case. So there's still 6 sitting there, but the peacocks barely ever come around. And I even have a trail camera pointed at them because I thought, hey, this will make a good video of them hatching and all that. But they rarely come around. I've actually seen a skunk walk by in the middle of the night about 3 a.m. As often as I've seen the mother come by. So I'm beginning to think that probably they're not going to hatch, because they certainly haven't been cared for by the mother. So that footage may go to the wayside. But I did shoot that with the anamorphic lens just for fun. And I'm just trying some different things, different LUTs to make different kind of colors, and just trying a few different things. I don't have my wireless mic on today, so I'm hoping that I turned down my air. I'm hoping that there's not too much background noise. But yet another thing I'm trying, I'm just doing a bunch of different little things to test out how my different, I'm gonna call them tools instead of cameras, how they work in different situations. And that way, whenever I get a little more serious about this, I'll know what to use and when and where. Always learning. And now I'm in traffic. Wonderful. One of the things I'm wondering about on this vacation is how the temperature is going to compare with here in North Texas. Right now, let's see, it says it's 82, but it's about 70% humidity. And it gets into the 90s, and it was 100 a couple of days ago with fairly high humidity, I mean in the 60s. And I looked at Savannah, I think it was Savannah that I looked at, and it showed that the temperature there was in the mid 80s, low 80s, and their humidity was only 40%, which seems low to me. So, as much as I've been warned that it's really hot and muggy when you get there, I'm kind of wondering if maybe I'll already be used to it due to the weather here. I'm actually hoping it'll be a little cooler, believe it or not, but at least it's by the ocean, or Charleston is anyway. We plan on going to Tybee Island at some point, so that'll hopefully be a little cooler. I should have looked at the GPS before I left, because this road is nice and backed up. Looks like there's a lot of road work done here. Of course, here in North Texas, if you don't go through construction, then you're not driving, because it's always under construction and always 10 years too late. By that, I mean, they start construction on expanding the roads literally 10, 20 years after the roads needed to be expanded. So by the time they finish this, we'll be ready to expand again. I don't know if anybody even cares to listen to me ramble on these. I don't get a whole lot of hits, but... and I'm probably not, I don't know how interesting I am, but so I guess I know who I watch and how I watch YouTube, and sometimes I find people that are worth watching or at least having on in the background. And for me, these first few blogs are nothing more than, or vlogs, are nothing more than practice, getting me used to talking in front of a camera, trying to figure out anything and everything to say, which I'm sure is quite, I don't know, not all that interesting. But I can always delete them or not post them. I just do it for trial and see how it comes out. I think it's supposed to rain here in a couple hours, which wouldn't be unusual. It's been raining like crazy for the past month, which has been great. Filled up all of our lakes. I think almost every lake in this area, Dallas-Fort Worth area, are completely full or many feet over, which I don't know how long it's been. It seems like it's been years since that's been the case. We've had just seriously low lake levels, which is sad. But looks like we may have recovered from it. I know there's a couple of lakes down by San Antonio area, or Austin, San Antonio area, that really need the rain. And I don't know if they're not getting it or what's happening, but like Canyon Lake, I don't know if you've heard of that, but it's a beautiful lake. It's really clear. But its main source of water is the Guadalupe River. And it is so low that it's pitifully low, where you're seeing old roads and things that were covered whenever they built the lake that are appearing. And it's just, and what they say, what I've heard is because it used to be kind of out in the country, and now it's starting, there's a lot of housing developments and whatnot being built around it, and they have these pumps that they're using to feed the water supply there for all these new housing areas. And the Guadalupe River is not, it's basically kind of, in certain areas, very shallow and not even flowing into the lake. And so that's the problem there. And I was hoping to hear that a lot of this rain helped that situation out, but I don't think that it is. I think it's still extremely low, and it's going to take something miraculous, a hurricane or something that comes in and brings in a lot of water, a lot of rain, in order to fix that problem for that lake. I'd love to go and visit it again someday, but there's not even any. I think there's one boat ramp that's usable, and that's it. And most of everything's closed off. I've been following another YouTuber that lives out there, and he does a report on it every so often. And it's pretty interesting because he talks about the area before the lake was put in, and then once it was put in, like he goes around and shows the areas that were cut off, or to whenever they dammed it up to build the lake. And now you're able to see all those areas and all those old roads and structures that were actually flooded, that were deep underwater, or that are now showing again. It's pretty interesting. I'm out of the traffic. Well, I'm glad I took the gimbal off. My mount just fell off my windshield. Good gosh. I mean, I literally took it off about 2 minutes ago. Well, when I started this video, that's when I took off and I just had the mount completely fall off my windshield and fall down to the floor of my car. So that would not have been a good situation. Anyway, wow. Time to get insurance on this thing, I guess. Anyway, like I was saying, I'm just going to test these things out as tools to use, and not so much, there's some people that make their camera their, they're brand loyal and all this stuff. And I've been using different brands of cameras for my photography business for years. And while I use, for my photography, I'm mainly using Canon. I'm not loyal to any particular brand. They're tools to me to make the product that I want to create. So anyway, just kind of hoping to use some of this footage to do some testing. I'm actually in the car on the way to my father's house again. I'm going to do my day job work from there today and on this coming Friday as well. I plan on it. And I just wanted to kind of get some test run with D-Log, which I haven't really messed with on the Osmo 3. Plus, I wanted to see how well it works inside the car. And it worked fine the last time I did it. But for whatever reason this time, boy, it was shaking. And not really like a shake. It was not really the right word. It's more like a vibration. It was just really, really vibrating really fast. So that's why I was a little concerned about the gimbal be able to handle it. But I'll take a look at it when I get over to my dad's house, which I'm almost to. I'm still practicing talking in front of the camera, and I kind of feel like the driving, I know that you're probably tired of just seeing my talking head in a car, but I feel like right now to get comfortable talking in front of the camera, the best way for me to do that is to actually do it in the car, because I have other things to concentrate on, and it seems to help me relax and not worry about so much about being being in front of the camera so much. And I don't know why, but I seem to be able to talk off the cuff a little bit better while I'm driving. But I know this is probably fairly boring for most people, and that being the case, I may not continue doing these too much, or if I do, I probably won't post them, because they're not getting a lot of views, and that's understandable. This is more or less for me to get used to doing this and just get used to speaking in front of the camera. Speaking is, and then actually just kind of getting my thoughts together. I'm not a public speaker, so it's like, just coming up with things to talk about off the top of my head that might be interesting to anybody is a tough one. So I've kind of resorted to just talking about things that I'm interested in. I can't be the only person out there that's interested in all sorts of random things. Kind of a tech guy, so all these cameras and audio equipment and security cameras and security stuff, and I don't know, I've got all kinds of things that I'm interested in. But anyway, I thought it's somebody else has got to be out there that kind of enjoys the thing, and maybe after I put out enough of these that might hit the right audience for these. I know I hit the right audience with the music concert remasters. It's just that YouTube doesn't like those, so I'm working on a pivot here with the intention of going back to that as at least part of the channel once I'm able to work through that problem. But I don't want to harp on that like I seem to in every video I make. So it's probably going to be mid-July. I hope people can stick with me till then. Mid-July, before I am able to find out if my latest strategy is going to be enough for them. And I'm hoping that it will. If it doesn't, I don't know what else to try. I'm almost to my father's house. I'm not sure what we're going to do today. He's still having trouble moving around. His knee is hurting him really bad. And, he had the 2 hip replacements, or 1 hip replacement, 1 femur partially replaced. And those actually aren't even causing him a problem. And those have been, he had those worked on in April. And he seems to be doing okay with those. And now it's his knee. He got some, I guess, a cortisone shot or something put in his knee the other day. And he says it's a lot better, but still hurting him. I would like to get him out of the house. I think that's the biggest thing right now is he doesn't, he sits in the house too much. And so I may, even though I'm working, I may try to maybe after work get him out, take him to the park or something if it's not raining. Even may take him somewhere just to walk around. He'd probably like that. I don't know how much he can walk, but I just drive him around. I did that one time where I drove him to different areas that he hadn't seen in a while, where we used to live and that sort of thing, and he seemed to really enjoy that. Got any ideas on what I should do with a elderly parent? What kinds of things I can do with them? Please comment down below. That's kind of a very important thing to me right now, and I'm just hoping that I do the right thing for him. And I know that just sitting around the house is just not the thing to do. Anyway, thank you again for watching, and I will cut this one short, and I'll check back in with you guys later. Thank you. Bye.